is, what I proposed is that we cap carbon emissions for the whole country, and that we bring that cap down every year, that we reduce our carbon emissions by at least 80% by the year 2050. And I underline at least because that's where the scientific community is today. But I think that may change over time, because every time we get more information, the indication is the problem's worse, not better. I think below that cap, we ought to make the polluters pay. And that means if you're still putting out, if you're a big company, you're putting out carbon dioxide, then you have to buy a permit to do it. That permitting system, there are wild variations on what people think it'll produce, but the low end is about $30 billion. We take that money, we invest it in wind, solar, cellulose-based biofuels. There are actually some differences even between the Democratic candidates on some of these issues. For example, I differ with Senator Clinton and Senator Obama on nuclear power. I'm not in favor of building more nuclear power plants. I would not do that. Because I don't think this waste can be disposed of safely. There are a variety of reasons, extremely expensive. And I've also called for, and I can't honestly tell you what they say about this, you'd have to ask them. But I've called for a moratorium on the building of any more coal-fired power plants, because we don't have the capacity to capture and sequester the carbon today. I think we ought to be investing in the development of that technology to see if it can be made available. But, and I think that's important. But until we do that, we cannot make a bad situation worse. And then finally, I think we need to use financial incentives and the structure of the government to help with what I'm about to say. But I think we need a president who, instead of promising everything, actually says to America, we're going to have to sacrifice. We're in this thing together. And what we do together matters. It matters for us. It matters for America. And it's time for us to be patriotic about something other than war. It's time to say, if America's going to be strong and independent, then we're going to have to alter our behavior. We can't keep using energy the way we are today. We're going to have to conserve in our homes, in our workplaces. We're going to have to change the kind of vehicles that we drive. We have to do that. If we've all talked tonight about meeting our responsibility to our children, our grandchildren. There is no greater moral responsibility than to make sure that the planet is preserved. And we have a responsibility to do that. And I think Americans will respond to that if they have a president who actually asks them to. Anyway, those are the things I do. How about this gentleman?